So, guys, today we have Mike with us, Dr. Mike, and I'm so happy to meet him. Like the vastness of a brain, information stored in the brain on the different topics, especially health, neurology, and many more. It is so impressive. I'm really amazed.
Thank you. Mm.
It's big fat brain, that's what we say. Okay. So, your first time in India.
No, I've been to India 3 times.
Okay, but then the spiritual journey, because India is considered to be a land of spirituality.
Yeah, this is my comprehensive first spiritual outing in India, for sure.
So, how do you feel over here? And what made you to take the spiritual one more step in India? I know you have been walking on the spiritual path since many years.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
So, what made over here, and how do you feel over here? The knowledge of Vedas and our Tantra, etc. What are the things you collected from here?
Yeah, well, the journey started when I was younger at school by reading Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. My father was an atheist, educated guy, dentist, and mother was a Christian but never went to church. So in the West, we sort of go through all types of topics. Some call it the spiritual circus. So I ended up in med school and I was reading Deepak Chopra and Wayne Dwyer at med school rather than medical books in Sydney. And then eventually moved to Byron Bay, which is the spiritual capital, or the hippie capital, we used to call it, of Australia. And you can do things there that are beneficial, but you can do things there that are dangerous. So, I recently had a friend, well, more of an acquaintance, and she was doing many modalities as a doctor. She was originally from Vietnam, very intelligent lady, and eventually she got into ayahuasca, and then she took an overdose after that. So things can get very dangerous when you go into the spiritual field, and I've encountered the same thing myself. So coming here was intuitive. I used two friends to do some kinesiology and a pendulum as well, because I've had a teacher before that was good but very bad at the same time. In Christianity, that's called Luciferic. And since being here, I have quite a bit of knowledge over 40 years, and I've got a lot out of the last couple of weeks for sure. Yeah, with spiritual, in-depth conversations, lots of practices to get into the right brain rather than the left brain. And I had lots of health complaints from an issue 4 years ago that was very dangerous, and I was in bed for 2 years almost, and had major complications after that. So coming here was really powerful for me.
Okay. So this is like a, how do now, like here you experience is like a, I know you have experience ayahuasca, mushrooms, etc.
And more than that, philosophy.
But here it is absolutely the different. It's like absolutely different. So what difference you see over here? Like you experience the mantras, practices, and then like a kriyas, different meditations.
Yeah, I mean, there's many types of yoga. So in the West, most of it's hatha yoga, which is stretching. And we do that here in the mornings, but you teach at a much deeper level than I've done ever before. So that's part of it. But you have a broad connection with the person, which is very important. There's love there, and guidance that's specific. A bit like being a doctor, you need to do different modalities and different treatments for each patient. And the spectrum of yoga that you teach is very broad. So you call it the King's Yoga or None?
Raj Yoga.
Raj Yoga. Yeah, so the Raj Yoga is very broad. It's where the king had to learn different types of yoga, like wisdom yoga, karma yoga, hatha yoga, so many different types to run a kingdom. And the body is a bit like that, really. So it needs a broad aspect of...
And you can still enjoy the life, everything around you in the Raja Yoga and in the conscious. The Raja Yoga, you have to do like a Jnana Yoga. You need to have the wisdom,
the
Karma
right mantras.
Yoga, devotional yoga, everything. So I personally follow the Raja Yoga, and I found it's more helpful and happy, easy. It's like I call the middle path.
Yes.
Okay. No need to have an extreme of the both end. And you can enjoy whatever you have in your life, and still you can evolve further.
Yeah, and I had major health conditions before coming here, and I'm a doctor, and I've done all different types of medicine, emergency and military and general practice.
So the food over here.
The food over here is amazing. I have. You asked me whether I've done any spiritual stuff in India. Well, I have done an Ayurvedic hospital, but it was mainly food and mainly massage, which did help the body. The body needed healing. But the food here is way better. The Ayurvedic food here is way, way better. And we go a lot deeper into the mind, body, and spirit here as well.
So here we follow the Sattvic food, which takes care of body, mind, and soul. And the breathing techniques and the food helps our vagus nerves, which take care of the entire function of our body. Okay, your immune system, etc. So that is a key of it.
Yes.
Okay. And how you feel the things which connected both of us is our brain condition. What I experienced a couple of years back.
Yeah.
So how is your brain now?
Well, I was unfortunate but lucky enough at the same time to learn a lot about the brain as a doctor. I used to teach anatomy at med school when I was at med school in Sydney at UNSW, and I did a course at Harvard on the brain and brain networks. I was there physically, and we had an exam at the end of it. And the brain networks are coming back after almost 4 years. So memories are coming back, but also feelings are coming back. So that means that the heart chakra, or there's an organisation called HeartMath that studies this in the US. And so it's not just the memories, but the feelings are coming back as well. But the neural networks, after a long time, and I did a lot of work before coming here, but here there's been an exponential growth in that area.
So here, whatever the practices you have learned, as I said that day, your driving, it just started. You have opened up the things. And as you continue these practices, it will improve more further. And as you notice, all the practices are opening different dimensions to you, because he is highly spiritual, evolved soul. So for the world, or for him, he could be the Mike or Dr. Mike, but for me, he is spiritually evolved soul who just lost somewhere his path. So I have to do all those things to show you your real mirror.
No, I really appreciate it. I mean, this isn't easy, the process, because it brings up a lot of emotions, which is in the West we call complex PTSD. So a lot of stuff has come up, but with the love and guidance that you've given me, and to refocus, which is an important thing to do when these memories do come up, it's very helpful, because what we keep in mind is what we manifest. It's through the Heisenberg principle, and you can go into also, but every successful book is about your most dominant thought creates your outermost reality, and that was one of my teachers, David Hawkins, mentioning that. So the love and the reconditioning has really helped the intensity of the complex PTSD that comes up, because you need to feel to heal, and I'm feeling a lot here with the animals, the trees, the family, the birds.
So you will recommend this place for what kind of a people? So they can come and have the best of this place.
I mean, the best type of persons to come here would be people that have been on a spiritual path for a reasonably long time. And the reason for that is most people on the planet go through a thing called the spiritual circus, and you try many things, and some things are dangerous, and some things are luciferic, which means in Christianity that means truth and falsehood, and we can go down the wrong path because most people aren't satanic, where we like horrible things and death and murder and rape. We get caught up in different traps. So the best type of person to come here would be someone that wants to really grow spiritually and really connect with their inner self. But also if you have major health problems and are spiritual, I think that would be the best, because I came here with lots of different medical complaints, and thank goodness I was a doctor. So I had heart problems, I had stomach problems that were very severe, esophageal varices, all sorts of stuff that I had here. But the main thing was to regenerate the brain after 4 years, which is a long time. I had global problems with the brain. So the best type of person to come here would be someone who is spiritual, number one, and can understand what's going on with the processes. And number two, that really wants to transform their mind, body, and spirit.
So did you found the authenticate little Indian yogi?
Yeah, Yogi is the teacher, and from darkness to lightness, and the specific help that you get is very important, because a lot of people, as you know, are also heartbroken from things that occur with friends and family and siblings and mothers and fathers and wives and husbands. So there can be a lot of heartbreak in the world, and the healing has to come from the mind, body, and spirit. Including the heart.
So what is the last 2 lines you would like to say about the experience?
Well, basically, it's a very special place to come to in the world. I roamed the world after I had my big transformation for 4 years, really, because I left my practice and my home 4 years ago, almost, and I've been travelling around the world now for 2.5 years outside of Australasia. So it's a real gift to be able to come here to get in-depth transformation at a mind and heart level. And there aren't many spaces here, because it's a lot of work for you to do with more than a couple of people, really, intensely. So I would really highly recommend coming here, because it's a gift, and there's not much of this around the world. I've been to South America, North America, Central America, Asia, the Far East, the Middle East, all over Europe, Turkey, and there aren't many places in the world like this, with the forest, the coffee plantations, the animals, your gifts of knowledge in a very in-depth way. So I'd highly recommend
Shiva.
it. There's a Shiva temple just right there on the mountain. So I would deeply recommend it if you feel a calling to come here.
Thank you, and I'm so blessed to have you over here. As you always said, the Brahma sent you over here, and on that I said, Brahma and you trusted Brahma in me.
Yeah, I watched the video in Turkey before I got here and gave you a call. That's right.
Namaste.
Namaste.